Hi everybody, it is time for another monthly makeup roundup. This time it's 2 months worth, September and October, because September got away from me. There were so many new releases, holiday releases. It was raining makeup. And then I went away for a few days in the middle of October. Here we are nearing the end of October, but I did want to get this out before the Sephora sale because it's going to be all Sephora recommendations, what's in my cart. So that'll be coming probably end of this week and into next week because the sale starts for Rouge and Sephora collection on Halloween, October 31st. And I did want to get this video out to you prior to the sale. Okay, we have a lot of things to go through. I will include everything that I have tried enough to be able to give you my final opinion on. If I still need to continue using something, I won't include it in this video. I will leave it for November or December or whenever I feel I've used it enough to bring you my final thoughts on it. Okay. It is only October. I am wearing a turtleneck. Why? Because if I could wear a turtleneck all year round, I would. I love them so much. They're so cozy. This one happens to be from Mango. It's a Mango Basics. I think I've had it for about 20 years, maybe more, and it is in perfect condition. Mango Basics, if you've ever tried them, they last forever. Such good quality. So even though it is a gorgeous fall day out, I don't know, I felt like throwing on a turtleneck today. Before we dive into the makeup, I did want to show you something else. It's kind of beauty related, but not. It is a pillow. Sleep and Glow reached out to me and sent me their Omnia pillow. And here it is here. How am I going to show you this? Hang on. Let me move back a little bit just so you can get an idea of the pillow. And I have been using this for about 4 to 5 months now, and I can finally share with you why I love this pillow and why you might love it too. So the way it's shaped, it's got these wells on either side, and this pillowcase is a silk pillowcase as well, which is wonderful for your skin, for your hair. But back to the shape of this, so there are these wells here, and when you sleep on this pillow, your face doesn't get smushed against the pillow, especially if you're a front sleeper or a side sleeper like I am. I'm a contortionist basically at this point, but rarely will I be sleeping on my back, which you should be sleeping on your back, but I can never make that happen. So I digress. I am gonna forever be a side sleeper, I think. This is a little awkward to show you a pillow on here, but I just want to show you, and I don't want to touch it because I don't want to get makeup on it, but your head just kind of nestles here and your skin doesn't get smushed and pushed into the pillow. So you wake up, no marks, no lines, and it's kind of elevated. So it reduces puffiness too. I've noticed such a big difference. It is so comfortable as well. I've been getting such restful sleep with it. I wanted to bring it with me on vacation when we went away last week, but I couldn't. Anyway, I'm gonna put this down right now and continue on. I'm under no obligation to share this with you. I do get sent many products. A lot of them you don't ever hear about because unless I really love it, I won't talk to you about it. This one I think is something you might want to check out. If you do want to check it out, I'll leave you a link in the description box. And they also gave me a code Rhoda, not Rhonda, Rhoda, and that will give you $15 off all pillows and all blankets and 10% off everything else. I'm going to pick one up for my daughter as well because of the way that your body is positioned due to the shape of the pillow. It keeps your spine really, really straight. And my daughter, I'm sure I've shared this on here before, has scoliosis. So this would be perfect for her. So now that I know that it's an amazing pillow, I am going to pick one up for her as well. All right, let's get into the makeup. Do you remember when it was nonstop blushes, blush release after blush release? Well, the past 2 months have been all about foundation. I tried 5 foundations. Well, one is a skin tints. And I think I just might start with my least favorite and knock that out of the way. All right, if you're new here, you're probably thinking, what is this girl doing with her lighting? It's not me, it's nature. And I'm having a really, really hard time with the sun today. So if I'm in mid-sentence and you notice like really, really bright screen, that's why. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I might have to find some hybrid solution because I'm telling you, something that should take me 10 minutes is now taking me 20. So I really want to get through all of these products. So just giving you that disclaimer ahead of time. If you see any funky stuff going on with the lighting, that's what it is. And I'm starting to get really, really frustrated with it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And I know a lot of you love that I film in natural light. I'll find some solution. I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, let's move on to the makeup. The first foundation is my least favorite foundation, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush blah blah. It's reformulated from her original. Her original was very heavy, very cakey, very full coverage, very just full everything. And although this one is lighter than that one, it's still heavy. It's still full coverage. When I put this on, I could feel it on my face. This is not the type of foundation that I prefer ever, but I'm gonna put that to the side and just talk about the foundation itself. It is matte, it is very full coverage, it is long lasting. It is not natural looking, it's makeup-y looking. It is not horrific. It's much better than the original. I gotta tell you that much, but still, how do I put this? It's not a horrible foundation, but it's still what it is. It has its time and its place. If you love a matte foundation that's very long lasting, because it is very, very long lasting, then you can give it a shot because it's not horrible and atrocious on the face. It's all right. But for me personally, it is not a foundation I'll ever pick up or use. I just find it a little bit too heavy. If you do like a full coverage foundation, I'd recommend the ABH Impeccable because it provides just as much coverage as the Charlotte Tilbury, but it's not as heavy as it. It looks really, really nice for a full coverage foundation. It's actually quite lightweight, so I'd steer you in that direction over this one. If you want to give it a shot though, I am shade 6 and it's bang on, a really, really great shade for me. So if we're shade twins and you do want to check it out, shade 6. All right, next up is the Gucci Glow Skin Tint. I picked up shade 24, also a very good shade. Again, if we're shade twins, 24 works perfectly. The glow in the name of this is very misleading because I don't see any glow from this skin tint. I find it has a very natural finish. It's got nice coverage for a skin tint and holds up really, really well. So it has some really great longevity. Overall, a very, very solid skin tint. It is quite moisturizing. If you're oily, I don't know if this might be a little too moisturizing for you. If you have dry skin, your dry skin will love this because there's a lot of skincare ingredients in there. There's hyaluronic acid and bakuchiol in here. So dry skin types would really, really love this. So like I said, it's a great skin tint, no complaints. I enjoyed using it. I'm going to hang on to it. It's really good and one of those really reliable day-to-day slap it on, go on about your day skin tints. All right, up next is the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. This is a very, very good foundation, very natural looking. It's not glowy, it's not a flat matte, it's right in between, super natural, lightweight. I can build this to a nice medium coverage. You can't feel like you have makeup on. It looks beautiful on the skin. The only thing I'm going to say about this is that on the initial dry down, this foundation will change color. It will get darker, not a crazy amount. So if you're swatching, if you're looking for your shade, just keep that in mind. As it dries down, it does darken. That's something to definitely keep in mind with this. I picked up shade 8N, and although it works for me, I feel like something might be off. So I might go up to a 9N and see if that works better. It may not, but again, if we're shade twins, keep that in mind. 8N works though, it does, but there are times where I think something's just a little bit off, and it just could be the undertone in this, but the foundation overall, superb, beautiful, very long lasting, no complaints. If you're looking for a super duper natural finish, something that will last beyond 12 hours, this is a great one to check out. All right, next up is the Natasha Denona Hy-Glam foundation. I love this foundation. So lightweight, breathable, very long lasting. It does have a radiance to it when you first apply it, but that dries down. It takes a little bit longer to do that, but once it dries down, it's self-setting. You don't need to powder this. This is for all skin types. It's absolutely stunning. I love it. I did a video where I put the Mario on one side and the NATASHA on the other, and we did a wear test, just like I've done with all of these foundations that I'm talking about today. And although both the Mario and the NATASHA looked very, very natural, there was more life on the NATASHA side. So even though it dries down, there's still something that edges out the Mario just by a smidge. There's also a little bit more coverage with the NATASHA than the Mario, a little bit more, not much more. But I think the fact that this is a serum-based foundation is why I lean to it over the Mario. I love the Mario, don't get me wrong, but I tend to really, really like serum-based foundations. So that's my personal preference. But this one just had a little bit of plumpiness. I don't know. There's something really, really special about this foundation. A little bit goes a long way. You don't need a lot of it. It's very stretchy, very, very stretchy. So don't over apply. If you over apply, because it is buildable to a medium, if you over apply, you might look makeup-y. So just keep it in mind, very, very little goes a long, long way. And this would have been my absolute favorite foundation that I've tried over the past 2 months out of these 5. But the next one I'm going to talk about has knocked my socks off. Can anyone take a guess? Of course you can, because I haven't shut up about this foundation since I tried it. I love it so much. And it is the Victoria Beckham, the foundation drops. Now, you're not going to get as much coverage as the NATASHA, but what you do get is the most beautiful, smooth finish to your face. This is the only foundation I brought with me on vacation last week. I wore it in the Bahamas during the day. I wore it at night. It's perfection. This foundation will give you the most beautiful glow, like it catches the light in the most beautiful way, but it's not heavy, it's not greasy or oily. It just looks like you're glowing from within. I don't know if the skincare ingredients in here, the Agostina's batter that makes it so freaking expensive, has anything to do with that, but it's like giving your skin a drink of water. Just feels so good going on. It looks stunning, stunning. This is superb. Superb. It's worth every penny in my opinion. What I also love about it is that you can just put a nice sheer layer on and get a nice light coverage, or you can build it up to, I would say, a light medium. You can get close to medium with it if you build it up in areas that you need. So it's versatile in that way. It's so beautiful, stupendous, fabulous. Can I say more? Oh, I think I forgot to mention the shade I wear. It's 5 Light. It's perfect for me. And the foundation I'm wearing today is the Natasha Denona, and I wear the shade N7. All right, moving on. I did not try any concealer over the past 2 months. Today I'm wearing the Estee Lauder Double Wear in 3N. It's my favorite. I don't wear anything else these days. Chanel has a new one though, and I've heard fantastic things about it. So I'm gonna have to give it a shot. It hasn't come to Canada yet. I'm waiting, but I don't know. We'll see. Will it be better than this one? I don't know. I don't know if it'll be good enough to knock this off of top spot, but we shall see as soon as it gets here. I only tried one powder over the past 2 months, and that is the About Face Curtain Call. I have the shade Veil. This was kindly sent over to me by About Face. This is an extremely smoothing, blurring, gorgeous powder. This is made in Italy. I just read it on the back. It's such high quality. The shade Veil is perfect for me. It's so lightweight. It smooths, it blurs, it sets. It's so good. It is so, so good. I'm so glad they sent this over to me. I don't know if I would have tried this brand, but I'm so glad that I did. So good. It's so finely milled. I love the packaging of it. I love that it has this little well in there, so it's not a messy powder because I can't stand messy powders. From the packaging to the product inside, I've been loving this. Absolutely loving it. Let's move on to the bronzer category. This isn't new. When I picked up the Natasha Denona foundation, I picked up her liquid bronzer in the shade Foxy. And this is, oh, so very, very natural. I love the shade Foxy, but you put this on, let me show you. That shade right there, it's perfect for me. It might seem a little bit light, but when I put it on my face, it just sinks right into your skin. I don't have to reinforce it with any powder or anything like that. This shade is so, so pretty. So it gives me that bronziness. a little bit of warmth to my face. It's not overpowering, so natural. Like I said, it dries down, it doesn't move. Super, I love it. I also tried the HAUSLABS contour stick. It's a balm, and I picked it up in the shade Sculpt. And although this product is nice, let me try, like it is balmy and it does spread out quite nicely. I found that the shade has a little bit too much purple in it for me, so it kind of makes me look dirty. Even though you do want that grayness in order to create those shadows, I do understand that it is a contour stick, but there's something about the undertone of this that didn't really jive with me. So aside from the shade, just speaking about the formula itself, it does spread out nicely, but if you do let it sit too long, then you can eventually work it out, but it becomes a little bit more difficult. So don't let it sit too long before you start blending it out. I also suggest that you pick up the product with your brush first instead of applying directly to your face. You get a much more natural shadow that way, and you don't run the risk of over applying. You do not want to put too much of this on. Now again, that could have been my experience because the shade is off for me. It's not my absolute favorite of all time, but it's not a bad product at all. I tried 2 powder bronzers. The first one I don't have with me because it broke. It actually arrived broken and shattered, and that was the VANNGO bronzer. I wish I had it with me. I did return it. I didn't repurchase because I'm waiting to do that at the Sephora sale. Why not, right? So I'll put a picture of it on the screen. Wow, what an amazing bronzer. Very blurring, very soft, buildable. It's not too much. It looks gorgeous. And the shade that I picked up was, and it was perfect. Let me see if I can find the name. Yes, the shade is called Straightforward. Such a beautiful, neutral, gorgeous bronzing shade. The formula is fantastic. The pan is large, so you can get your brush in there. It's beautiful, absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to have it back in my collection. I'm gonna have to wait till the Sephora sale. I really wish I had it to swatch for you so you can see, but I do apply it in my video where I try a lot of the pieces from his new line. Pieces, it's not clothing, but you know what I'm saying. He released an entire line and I try a bunch of them in a video. I'll link it below. I'll put it in that playlist and you can take a look if you would like. So all of this to say that that was a hit for bronzers, which brings me to the next bronzer that I'm going to talk about that really I'm kerfuffled about. So right before I went on vacation, this little puppy arrived. It's the Givenchy bronzer. And I picked up the shade 2. So it has the same packaging as the pressed powder. You have the brush up here, then you open it up and you get your bronzer. How gorgeous, right? Yes, except I can't pick up any pigment. I brought it with me on vacation, put my brush in there, applied it to my face, and there was nothing there. Absolutely nothing. And well, something, a very, very light dusting of bronzer. And I thought, did I get the wrong shade? This is shade 2, and the third one looked really, really dark for me, from what I saw online anyway. So this has hard panned. Don't want to blind you, so I'm going to move the mirror this way. But I don't know if you can see the hard pan, especially in the darkest shade in here. I tried using some tape to help it out, and it just doesn't apply pigment to my face. But it looks gorgeous. I wish it did. So I don't know. Did I do something wrong? I'm not sure. It is gorgeous looking. Look at that combination of shades. I was so excited for this. So anyway, I tried to wear it again today. And same thing, even after I used the tape to try to help it out, it didn't do much. It didn't do much at all. So I had to go over top of it with my handy dandy, trusty, amazing Dior. This one right here. And that's what I'm wearing today with a little kiss of this underneath. It did not show up at all. So I don't know if I got a dud. I don't know. I don't think there was anything on my brush that would have caused this hard pan. It's the brush I use all the time for my bronzers. I dip it into this. Nothing bad happens. I dip it into this and I got immediate hard pan. So I don't know if I might pick up another one. I don't know if it's just not pigmented. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to try another one, I think, because it looks so promising and I can't imagine that this doesn't have pigment in it. It just, I can't accept it. I can't accept it. So stay tuned on that one. I'll report back. It's weird. So I'm really getting in there with this bronzer. This is what I get on my fingers. Let me swatch so you can see how much pigment I get. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Okay, everyone, I'm going to have to stop for today because the sun, like I can't get 3 words out. So I am going to continue filming this tomorrow, but I'll put it all together into one video. I'll just look different tomorrow. Okie dokie, it's the next day. It is cloudy and gloomy outside. I don't think the sun is going to be messing around today, hopefully. All right, let's move on to blushes. And the first blush I want to talk to you about is the one from VANNGO. I got the shade Second Language. This beautiful blush right here, so gorgeous. I'm going to swatch it for you so you can see. I am wearing this blush today. And why I love this blush is because it's so soft. It goes on beautifully, but you can build it. So you can do a soft wash of color with it, or you can build on it and intensify the color if you want to. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to add a little bit more on top just so you can see. Yeah, so it gets deeper if you want it to, but it is very long lasting. It goes on beautifully, a very soft application. You can intensify the color, but it still looks nice and diffused and gorgeous. Gorgeous on the face, a very, very good blush. I do want to show you the finish of it. It is a matte blush, but there is a very subtle sheen to it. So it doesn't look flat on your face. There's something to it. It's not glowy at all. It is a matte blush, but it has that little bit of sheen to it. Gorge. The next blush that I tried is the Glossier Plush blush. Very, very nice. I have the shade Gale. It's so pretty. This shade is right up my alley, especially just for every day. I was wearing this one in yesterday's video. I was wearing this one yesterday. So the first half of this video, that's the blush that I'm wearing. I'm gonna swatch it next to the VANNGO so you can see. So it's got a rosiness to it, but it's kind of beigey. So on a daily basis, it's perfect. I've even used this on the eyes. Such a gorgeous, monochromatic look. Just a very simple day look that I did. So I just want to show you. It is like a cream to powder. It's almost squishy. Like you can make an imprint in there. Love formulas like that. Very soft, very light, very airy, very beautiful, very, very flimsy. Very cheap plastic packaging, but that doesn't really bother me because I love this blush. Really, really great. And this shade especially. The last blush I want to talk to you about is the Victoria Beckham Color Wash Tint. I have the shade Coral. So beautiful. So this is like watercolor on your cheeks. I want to show you. It is a stain, which makes it very, very long lasting. It is water. It feels like water. So you can do this soft wash of color on your cheeks. You can punch it up and build it up and intensify the color, but it's not like an added layer on top of your makeup. It's just part of your face. It's so beautiful. It doesn't disturb any makeup underneath. Typically, at first, I was really afraid to apply this directly to my cheeks, but really the dropper doesn't apply too much product. You can really, really control how much you put on. If you decide to put it somewhere else, I wouldn't put it on the back of your hand because this is going to stain right now. I'm going to try and remove it to show you. Yeah, so it's still there. I can't take it off. Some of it came off because it hadn't fully dried down yet, but maybe put it on a palette or something. Just don't put it on the back of your hand if you don't go directly to your cheek with this. It's the only thing I'm going to say, but so beautiful. I love it. This formula comes in 3 shades. I mentioned this is Coral, and there's this really rich, deep purpley looking one. And although this looks really intense in the bottle, I know that the color is just a wash. And so I really want to try that one. So I might pick it up. not might, I will pick it up. Just like with the foundations, it was also raining eyeshadow palette releases. I have several to talk to you about today, but I am going to start with the Natasha Denona Eye Sculpt palettes. I picked up both the soft and the dramatic one. I love this packaging, and if you happen to have both of them, you can tell which one's which by the outside of it. Obviously, this is the dramatic one because it's deeper, and the lighter one is just kind of clear along the edge because in the front, they're both white. Formula-wise, top notch. Beautiful formulas in here. They perform beautifully. There's a new silky matte formula in here, if I'm not mistaken. Everything performed gorgeously. All right, so here you can see on top is the soft palette. On the bottom is the dramatic palette, just so you can see them side by side to see how they differ. This is the soft palette. I can only hold one up to talk to you about it and to tell you about what I really love about these palettes is the layout. So simple, very, very simple to use. You have everything you really, really need. It is like one of those basic palettes, a staple palette, and you get lighter shades all the way to deeper shades. This area right here in the soft palette for me might be a little bit rosy, a little bit too light, but I can always go down here and darken it up, stay in this bottom row. Everything is laid out for you. You can do columns and get a really, really simple everyday look. You don't have to think about it. And these can serve as the base for really, really any makeup look. I also want to mention that in the soft palette, we only get one real shimmery shade. Let me show you this shade right here, and it is a beautiful shade. Other than that, there's this darker one here. I mean, it's okay. It's not as sparkly as the lighter one, but that's what's missing in here, and that's okay in the soft palette. This is, like I said, a basics building of a look kind of palette. In the dramatic palette though, we have one entire row of shimmers, which I love that too because the shimmers are nice. They're not crazy out of this world. Let me show you. So here they are right here. This entire row is shimmers. Also very, very beautiful. And let me just, that one's a gorgeous one. Look at that. I hope my camera is focusing. It's been very, very weird lately. Anyway, all gorgeous. So they are quite delicate. I don't know if I would travel with these. I did not bring these with me on vacation, but I'm glad I have them in my collection. Do I have other palettes that I can reach into to get the same kinds of shades? Sure. Also the Natasha Denona, the Mini Sculpt palette works just as well. I think I mentioned that in my review of these. But if you feel like these would have a place in your collection, formula-wise, quality-wise, go for it. If you don't think this adds or will add anything to your collection and you kind of have this already, obviously then skip it. But very, very beautiful formulas, high performing as always, as we have come to expect from Natasha Denona's eyeshadow formula. Okay, let's move on. There is a palette that I no longer have in my possession because I returned it, and I'll put a photo of it up here. It's the VANNGO. He released 8 palettes, each with its own color story. Very, very beautiful. And I tried one of them. I tried the new neutral palette. If you caught my video where I try that palette out, you'll know that I struggled with it a little bit. And although I love the color story, not every shade in there was terrible. In the end, I was able to put together a really nice look, but I didn't get joy out of using it. It wasn't the easiest thing to use. I struggled getting some pigment from the darkest shade. It didn't show up as dark. It barely showed up at all, actually. So for me, I knew that it wasn't something that I would be reaching for. It wasn't anything that brought me any joy, and I want my makeup to bring me joy because I enjoy the process of it. I obviously love makeup, right? And so at that moment, or while I was using it, I thought, well, why would I hang on to this when I know I would never reach for it, when I have so many other palettes I can get the same look out of and not struggle with it and actually enjoy the process. So in the end, it's not a horrific palette. It's not terrible. I've seen so many others rant and rave about it, especially that color story, the new neutral. So for a second there, I was second guessing myself and I thought, did I do something wrong? I gave it another shot and again, it was okay. it's fine. So I've picked up the new neutral, wanting to try the formula. And based on that, I was going to try the green color story because that one really, really appealed to me. But based on my experience with the first one, I don't think I'm going to go down that road. Tried it. I'm okay. I have several other palettes that I'm so, so happy with. And that's just been my experience with it. Again, not horrible, not my favorite at all. In fact, I returned it, and I rarely return makeup. Rarely. But I knew, because I think it's like 70 something Canadian. And that's a lot of money to hang on to something that I don't actually really, really like. And I know I won't reach for. But like I said, others have had excellent experiences with the palette. I'm just letting you know my experience with it. All right, next up is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Embers palette. This gorgeous 9-pan right here. I love this. I love her little mini 9-pan palettes. Really great quality shadows, and this is a perfect fall color story. All of these shadows work beautifully together. Overall, it's a pretty dark color story. We only really have one lighter shade in this one up here, but it's gorgeous. You can add it to brighten it up, inner corner. I love it. I'm going to swatch it for you because it's so pretty. So all of these shades in here, they're not really, really sparkly. They're not crazy glittery. They're quite subdued. Just going to swatch like a few of my favorite shades in here. Oh, this is not part of the palette. This is the Victoria Beckham color wash. I know, it's a stain. It's a stain. You know what? Better if I just do this on my hand to show you, but these shades, they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Hang on, a few more. Here's a few more. I love this burnt orange shade down here. The green and the blue, oh, they work so beautifully together. I added them to a look. When I reviewed this palette, I did 2 looks. Everything works so beautifully together, and you can whip up a look with this. Is it the most versatile? You're going to get the most versatile looks out of it? Probably not. You're going to get kind of the same, but is a joy to use. So this one, I'm not returning because I loved using it. It's absolutely beautiful. Formula is great. Love. Up next is the Pat McGrath Gilded Nirvana palette. My goodness, this jewels in a palette. Oh my God. I had so much fun playing with this. You'll know if you caught my video reviewing this, I did 2 looks and I was giddy. These are such a joy to use. I love them. My God, they're so beautiful. I mean, look at these shades. I beat mine up a little bit. Can you tell? And you know, at first it can look intimidating. It is not. You can put together some very, very high shine out there looks, but you can also keep it very, very simple and keep it light. Like if you use this row right here, you can get a very nice daytime look. So it's not just for special occasions. It's not just for when you want a little bling on your eyes. I love this. I love it. Like, look at these, and they just glide like butter. These jewel shades, this pink one, let me add the pink one. I'm not going to swatch all of them for you. I have a full video on this. Just want to give you an idea of like how super gorgeous these shades are. The purple, the blue, I guess I am going to end up swatching most of them for you. They're just beautiful. They go on beautifully. I didn't have any fallout. They're creamy. They're gorgeous. Amazing. Love. Am I going to reach for this every day? Probably not. I'm going to save it for special occasions for me because I have so many other options for day to day. But don't be afraid of this. Also, there is only one matte in here. And at first I thought, oh, I wish there were more mattes. But no, that one matte that they have in there works perfectly fine with all of the other sparkly shades. And the looks you can put together just using the sparkly shades, you really don't need any other matte. It's a much smaller palette than we're used to seeing from Pat's holiday eyeshadow palette releases. They're usually quite large, but this one is a perfect size. I did bring this with me on vacation, and I did use it one night. It was just beautiful, and I didn't go crazy. I didn't go and I forgot to take a photo, or else I would have put it up here. I actually only did a one and done using my favorite shade in here, this chartreuse shade. This one right here, oh my Lord. And it was perfect. I put it all over my lid with some black eyeliner. This has a shift to it. Oh, and it worked. One and done, black liner, mascara, and I was out the door. So if you couldn't tell by now, I love this. All right, another palette and another hit for me this month is the new Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. This is the Nature palette. Beautiful, gorgeous, a very earthy, neutral, basic color story, except for, you know, this pop of green, this beautiful cranberry shade in there. But all these colors are gorgeous. I am wearing it today. I used this shade right here in the crease. I used this shade to deepen the outer corner. And then I added this to the lid and this shade right here all over. And that's it. That's all I did. Oh, and the dark shade as liner, this dark brown shade right here. Beautiful. So easy to use, gorgeous. I didn't get any fallout except for this cranberry shade right here, which is so beautiful. It is beautiful. I love this palette. There were some complaints that the sparkles weren't sparkling enough in comparison to his other Ethereal Eyes palettes. He's got two other ones. Doesn't bother me any because it's still a gorgeous look, beautiful. If you want to punch up the shimmers in here, all you got to do is wet your brush, add like a glitter glue or just something for the shadows to adhere to, just to punch them up a little bit, and that works. So I love it. I think it's gorgeous. Beautiful fall color story, neutral for every day. You can even, you know, stay in your columns. Again, beautifully laid out. The mattes, they blend gorgeously. They go on beautifully. They blend beautifully. They build beautifully. Great formula. You can do a beautiful matte look. You can keep it light. You can darken it up. You can do some beautiful daytime looks, some beautiful nighttime looks. This is a high quality, beautiful palette, and I'm really happy to have it. Which brings us finally to the new Victoria Beckham eye wardrobe. This is the 6th color story she's released in the eye wardrobes. This is Cocoa, my favorite. I did swatch it for you just so you can see. This one's easy to swatch because it's only 4 shades. Pigmented, buildable, all the colors work beautifully together. Are you going to get 1,000 looks out of it? Probably not, but all of these could be all one and dones. I love them. It's a quad and you get what you get, but you get gorgeous shades. I love these shades. And on the eye, such a beautiful sheen. Stupendous. I love it. I'm wearing it in the beginning of this video. This is the palette that I'm wearing. I brought this on vacation with me as well, and I did use it 2 of the nights, and I was just using these 2 shades. And those nights are the nights that I got the most compliments using this one. I love it. I love how tiny and easy it is to travel with. I love all of my eye wardrobes from Victoria Beckham, but this has to be my favorite one. Of course, I love the shades in here. I love the colors. I love the color story, but I also love the beautiful sheen that this formula has. It looks just so smooth and gorgeous on the eyelids. I love it. Oh, and it was out of stock on Victoria Beckham's website for a little while there because it sold out immediately. It's back on there now. That was a lot of shadow, eh? I know. I didn't know if I was going to get through it. As part of the Victoria Beckham Cocoa collection, she did release a new shade in her Satin Kajal liners in the Jewel formula in the shade Cocoa Pave. Here it is. So it is kind of sparkly, not over the top sparkly, but a beautiful shade nonetheless. Same grade eyeliner formula, just a different shade. But I also picked up another one. I picked up the shade Seafoam. I want to show you it. Seafoam is absolutely beautiful. Look at it. I love shades like this for my lower waterline. So when I'm doing like a very, very neutral shadow, I love popping this for a little bit of subtle color in the waterline. I'm wearing it today. It's kind of faded because I did mix it in with the Victoria Beckham Cocoa. There, it is there. I don't know if you can see it, but I love doing that. This is a perfect shade for that. Oh, so beautiful. And I just keep adding and adding and adding to this line because they have the most beautiful shades. And I know I love the formula. So that's the latest addition to my Satin Kajal liner collection. Jumping to brows real quick, I did try the Anastasia Beverly Hills MicroStroke Brow Pen. Just want to quickly show you how fine this is. And it's really good at just drawing in very fine hair-like strokes in your brows. That's dark brown right there. I really like it. I really do. I don't know if I like it more than the Mighty Fine Brow Pen from Benefit. I ran out of that one. I'm waiting for the Sephora sale to pick up another one. I'm going to have to try them like at the same time and see which one I like better. I think I like the Mighty Fine more. I think it's a 3-pronged one. I'm not sure, but this is a really, really good one too. When you place a pen like this down onto your skin, sometimes it can deposit way too much pigment there and then you end up with like this dot. This one doesn't do that, so that's why I like it so much. Really, really like feather-like. Very, very good so far. Again, verdicts out on whether or not I like it better than the Benefit. I tried 3 mascaras. The first one is the Victoria Beckham Future Lash, also part of the Cocoa collection in the shade Cocoa. I had never tried her mascara before, the Future Lash one, and Cocoa, right up my alley because I love me a brown mascara. This mascara is okay. It does have a very tiny wand, which I do love, but it doesn't give me the volume that I need. Personally, it dries really quickly and it was kind of clumping on me as I was trying to work it through my lashes. What I do love though is the shade of brown that this is. So if you're someone who doesn't necessarily need volume, just a lifting and a curling, this will do that for you. Not horrible, horrible. Work fast with it though, because it does dry pretty quickly. But if you're the type of person you can just whip a little bit of mascara on and you're done, then this is a great shade of brown to try. But for me, this does really, really not much for me. Speaking of brown mascara, I also tried the Hourglass Unlocked in the shade brown. It's like a rubberized wand. I'm wearing it today. It's a good mascara. It's nice. It gives some volume, it gives length, it gives some lift, and it's a good mascara. A couple times I tried it, I thought it was flaking on me. I wasn't sure. And so every time I've worn this, I'm examining myself at the end of the day to make sure it didn't flake. And it hasn't, since it knows I have my eye on it. So no flaking. A really, really, really good mascara. Love the brown shade, great brown shade. I'm wearing it today. It's good. It goes with the Mario palette beautifully. I love wearing brown mascara when I wear that palette. Okay, last one I want to talk to you about, and the best one that I tried is from About Face. This guy right here. I don't know what it's called. It says 1994 on here, but I don't think that's what the mascara is called. I have no idea. Anyway, this one is in black. This one is so, so good. Here's the wand. Beautiful. And it gives me length. It gives me volume. Beautiful lashes, nice separation, super duper amazing mascara. I'm telling you, About Face really, really surprised me. Not surprised me, but it's not a brand that I ever thought to try for some reason. Don't know why. And the 2 things that I've tried from them are super, super good. I have a couple more things that they sent over to me. I have their foundation. I haven't tried it yet, because I had all the other ones that I was testing out for you and wanted to get reviews up for you. Haven't tried it yet. I am. And they also sent me a liquid lipstick. So look out for those in future videos. The lip combo I'm wearing today is the VANNGO lip liner in Follow the Natural Shape. I think that's what it's called. It's red on red printing on here and I can't read it. And the lipstick I'm wearing is VANNGO as well in Wild Rose. My goodness gracious. What a beautiful lipstick formula. Look at that shade. Oh, beautiful. This lipstick is so creamy, very long lasting. And the lip liner is a twist up. And this is a gorgeous shade too. It's almost like my lip shade, so you can't really see it, but it's beautiful. Long lasting as well, glides on beautifully. And I love both of these, both. So those are the hits from VANNGO. The bronzer, the blush, the lip liners, the lipsticks, so very good. I do want to pick up his eyeliners at the Sephora sale. I'll be doing that because I've heard a lot of great things about the gel liners and how long lasting they are and how beautiful they are. The only thing that was a miss for me were the eyeshadows. Everything else so far that I tried, top notch, beautiful. I picked up 2 shades of the Violetta Far Plume Lip. This is a very moussey matte lip color. Let me swatch them for you. They're so gorgeous. Okay, so the first one is called, wait for it, Chataigne Grille. I know I nailed it. I know I nailed it. Okay. I've been practicing and that means roasted chestnuts. Okay. And I love it. Look at this color. And this is Rosé Fume and they're very, very moussey. And then you can kind of blur them out. So they're not as intense as they look with a heavy swatch. So pretty. This is the shade I was wearing in the beginning of this video. They're so gorgeous and they apply the pigment so easily. For a matte, I guess you could call them a matte liquid lipstick, but they're so moussey. They have a very interesting texture to them. They're not liquidy, they're moussey. That's what they are, but they're very, very comfortable. Beautiful, long lasting. They're not a stain, but they do last a long time. And I love the packaging. Isn't it pretty? Gorgeous. And POV sent over their entire line. I'm still testing everything else out just to get my final thoughts because I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But the one thing I am sure about, and I'll talk to you about today, is the Amp-It. And this is a lip amplifier. It doesn't amplify your lips, but what it does do is condition them. It's really, really nourishing, and I have been really loving this. I slap this on while I'm doing my makeup, and by the end, my lips are nice and soft. It's really, really good. I have been very much enjoying this one. Stay tuned on the rest of the line. Again, I got to gather my thoughts on those and use them a little bit more. All right, we're done with the makeup, but I do want to share something else that I have discovered, completely not makeup related. It is household related, and when I find something amazing, I need to spread the word and share the love. Okay, so I do want to talk to you about this brand that I discovered called Guess on Earth. Now, I bought all of these. They didn't send any of this to me. I found it on Instagram, and I've been looking to use non-toxic products in the kitchen, for laundry, across the board. I want to get rid of everything that has any type of toxin in it. The problem sometimes with clean, non-toxic products is that they don't do a good job cleaning. That's the problem. So to finally find a line that not only is non-toxic, but actually does such an amazing job is amazing to me. So that's why I'm sharing. Okay, Guess on Earth is the company. And I started with their laundry detergent. And what else? Oh, their all-purpose cleaner. Let's start with the all-purpose cleaner, okay? So fabulous. You can use it on anything and everything. Windows, countertops, any kind of countertop. I use it for everything. It's so good. It smells amazing. They have 2 scents, I think, you can pick from. They're kind of aromatherapy. They're such a joy to use. Imagine loving cleaning. I'm going to show it to you. It's just a really effective all-purpose cleaner. So it comes in this gorgeous aluminum bottle. And when you run out, you just buy the refills, and it's very, very concentrated. So basically you fill up with water up to here, and then you put like a little bit of the cleaning solution in there, and this lasts forever. It's got a great spray bottle. So you buy the aluminum bottle once, and then if you want to refill, you just buy the refills, and it comes in this like little thing. So it reduces packaging. It's been very, very effective, and I feel good using it. And it actually does a good job. So I wanted to share that with you. And the laundry detergent, I got the green enoki scent. It's very, very faint, very light, so beautiful. And this is all I use. It is the only thing. This gorgeous bottle sits on my laundry room countertop. And it's 1 to 2 pumps of this for small loads, 3 to 4 pumps for larger loads. My clothes have never been cleaner. They have never been cleaner. They're like squeaky clean almost. It's crazy. And I also picked up like some of those wool balls for the dryer. I don't use dryer sheets. I don't use any fabric softener. I don't use anything. This is also a stain remover too. Like if you concentrate it on a stain, it's amazing at removing stains. It's incredible. So good. I have to let you know about it. Oh, and because I love the all-purpose cleaner and the laundry detergent, I went ahead and bought the dish soap. The dish soap I got in like a lemon scent. So good. It is so good and non-toxic. I have yet to try a better dish soap than this one. I will forever use it. I love it. And 1 pump of this goes such a long way. So I end up using less than I normally would use with the other ones I had been using up until this point. Have you ever seen anybody so excited about cleaning products? I think I got a little bit too excited about cleaning products. Anyways, I really did want to share that with you. I'm telling everybody I know. everybody. Have you tried Guess on Earth? Oh, by the way, have you tried Guess on Earth? Anyway, I did want to also tell you that with my order, when I place my order, everyone will get this. But they did send me like a code to share with friends and family for $20 off. So I'm going to add that in the description box if you want to check these out. So it's $20 off. It's not like a affiliate link. I've never spoken to this company at all. But if you want to save 20 bucks, use the link. Try these out. They're so, so good. Okie dokie, that is it. That is all for this video. As I mentioned, for most of the products that I talked about today, I do have in-depth reviews on. So what I'll do is I'll create a playlist, include all of those videos in that playlist, and I'll add a link to it in the description box if you want to see more detail about any of the products that I talked about today. I really hope you found this video helpful. As always, thank you so, so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already. That would be amazing. Follow me on Instagram too for lots more over there, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully. Bye.